All right, we are back with the B team and Mikey. 0-1.
Yeah.
0-1. Tough one last night.
I'm not even I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but I'm not too worried. I mean, again, the Jets on the road and Monday night, we have to remember here, this is their first game actually playing together. And to be fair, I thought Rodgers looked good. I thought he was making throws. He actually had a little bit of time in the pocket. Garrett Wilson, again, that connection is going to be something that's going to excel this team forward, probably for the whole season. Alan Lazard, I mean, shout out to Jordan. We love you, dude. Shout out to Jordan. Give us a lock.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he had a great game. Besides that one drop ball, he came around
Right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning, of course. I don't know. I mean, listen, the Niners, what my biggest takeaway, I have a couple takeaways here. So number one, we got dominated in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
Dominated.
Yeah.
And it was clear right off the bat. Like, if you're watching a game and you're seeing that's the trajectory that they're going down, where they obviously are a lot stronger on the trenches side than you are. They have more people lined up, either strong or weak side. We didn't adjust. That was our issue, bro. We were saying it in the GM. We just had 4 pass rushers the whole time, 4 run defenders the whole time. We just had 4 people on the D line, and Hassan Reddick was not one of them. Jermaine was locked up all game. Granted, he went against Trent Williams. Michael Clemens, who is, I like him. I like his his fierceness, but overall his stats suck. We had a lot of unproven depth on the D line today, or yesterday. We got obliterated. We got dominated. We got out muscled, and it showed. I mean, we couldn't stop the run. Give credit to San Fran, because that Jordan Mason, man, what an excellent game he had.
28 carries, 147 yards, 1 touchdown.
An excellent game. They blocked for him. They did everything they could. It was a sight to see, man. I mean, this is interesting. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Niners are set. I mean, this just goes to show. They're just a juggernaut, man. No matter how much turmoil they were in the preseason with the Ayuk situation, the Trent Williams, they're still a juggernaut. Brock looked good, and he made great throws. Go ahead.
I hear you, but like at the same time, we have to be somewhat concerned about this run defense.
I'm not. Again, bro, it's the first game, and you're going up against San Francisco. Like we were put in this situation before. Last year, we played the Bills. Like, again, this is Roger. If we're talking about strictly the defense, we just didn't make adjustments. I think that was the issue. I mean, they were running it so much. Like, we didn't have any faith that our cornerbacks can just go up man to man. Like, I just feel like we were sitting in zone way too much. Brock had so much time in the pocket.
Yep.
We barely hit him. I think we had one QB hit, and that was Quinnen, who still is a beast. But this is the thing. This is what you sacrifice when you're running this 4-3, 4-4-2 based defense, where you have a lot of linebackers that you run through. You have Quincy, you have C.J. Mosley, and then you have Jamie and Sherwood. Like, those 3 were on the field pretty much almost the whole game. They would switch flip-flop and whatnot, but we didn't stuff the run. We just too predictable. And that usually I don't really see that with the Jets defense, because we couldn't get off the fucking field, man. Yeah. Like, their run game was torturing us. Our offense, listen, it had its moments, but let's be real here. It was not that good.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett had one good drive the whole game, and then I just don't listen. I understand that you're trying to get something going on the run game and the ground game with Priest, but it just was not working. And like we never pivoted away from that. There was a certain moment where I'm like, all right, in the second half, Nathaniel Hackett's doing something different. He's making Priest swing out or just go on an out route, and Aaron Rodgers is throwing him the ball, and he's getting 10, 12 yards. That's what we needed to do. We were not creative enough. Yeah, I mean, but listen, I'm not panicking, though. It's the first game of the year. Listen, did I think we were going to win? Yes and no. I knew the Niners are still a juggernaut. We've been saying this. Everyone's saying they're going to take a step back. They might be a little bit worse than usual, but you can. Last night just went to show like they're still the team, bro. So
No,
I'm not worried.
It was the first game. They had to knock off some rust. I mean, Aaron Rodgers hasn't been hit in over a year.
I think he looked great.
I thought he looked very good.
Yeah.
The game looked pretty fast for him at some times. Like you could tell that it was a little bit of a catch up.
He looked accurate as hell. He had one like that pick was unlucky. That's not on him.
It was
That's a
unlucky.
great play by the cornerback.
He didn't have to force that one to Garrett Wilson. Like that one was one, you had the lead at the time. I think it was 7-6. He could have thrown that away. That's one that you look at like Jalen.
They just showed it.
Like you look at Jalen Hurts, and that was a Jalen Hurts throw right there.
I think it was a little behind him. It was the right call though. That's just really great defense. You can't defend that any better.
It was.
But shout out to Lil.
Speaking of Garrett Wilson though, this is something that does have to concern you. He had 6 receptions for 60 yards, and his sleeves are fucking atrocious. Like you can't tell me you look at that guy and he's an all-pro wide receiver.
I'm all for it, bro. I am all for it. I absolutely love it. Dude, Sauce was wearing
He looks like he's straight out of Invincible.
He wasn't even wearing like the dry fit long sleeves. He was wearing like the regular
long sleeve.
I was so here for it, bro. I love it.
You're turning into an NBA team. You know how NBA teams will just wear the most crazy shit under their jerseys?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what you're turning into.
I'm all here for it. I love that shit, bro. When it's just like so, I don't know. It's just not normal to wear and it just doesn't look right, but the play backs it up. You wear whatever the hell you want, bro.
But I think it has something to do with like the sleeves already look like it's a 90-year-old shirt. Like it's an Aaron Rodgers shirt. So when Aaron Rodgers wears it like that, it looks okay.
I feel like
But Garrett Wilson, you don't expect to look like that.
No. You're talking about the short sleeve cutoff, right? How it just kind of hangs down?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's... I don't
Especially
like that.
in these uniforms. It looks ridiculous. But, all right, that was my last comment on the Jets. We got to get into the 49ers here because the next 2 weeks they are on the road. They're on the road against the Vikings, and then who they have after that? They're at the Rams. It's 2 games on turf. Will CMC actually come back for those games? I don't know. But there's no way that we're going to see this type of run game over and over again against these 2 teams.
They're going to make him. They're going to want him.
There has to be an effect.
Absolutely, they're going to want him to be as healthy as possible. So if they already saw last night what they could do without him. So there's no rush. I mean, they would love to have him out in the field, but your concern is his health, and you need to make sure that he's fully 100% healthy before you get him on the field. And listen, they'll be fine with or without him, in my opinion. I saw it last night. We all did.
No, I agree with you, and I think that they really, if you're looking at their schedule, right, they go to the Vikings, to the Rams. All right, maybe you just let him sit, let him rest, get his body back, because then you're home against the Patriots, you're home against the Cardinals, and then you're at Seattle. And then you got Chiefs, Cowboys, Bucks, Seattle.
Why don't they just trade him away, right?
Yeah, honestly, trade him to a team that plays on grass all the time.
Yeah,
let him
Jets
get
gonna
his
get
feet
grass
under
in
him.
2026.
Yeah, exactly.
To us.
I want to say it's going to have an effect, but I really don't know. Mason looked really good last night. The run game was fantastic. I mean, hell, he had 28 carries, 147 yards, and a touchdown.
He snapped, man.
And then he got yelled at by the media for saying that he got told he was starting. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, look at Damian, bro. I feel you. I'm not like. Listen, it sucks. Like, it's not 1 week, bro.
But it's not that deep.
No, not at all.
The team looked good. It's just you played the 49ers. Like, the Jets are going to be just fine. You just got to get to next week. Just make it to next week. No injuries. You're playing the Titans. You're going to beat the Titans.
We freaking better beat that stupid team.
I took the Jets in my survivor pool already.
Nice. Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, I guess like my final thoughts about the game, just kind of beat ourselves. Like I just feel like we need to really, again, I'm not pulling panic button on the defense. I can't do it, but we need to monitor Nathaniel Hackett as soon as possible. Like we if we don't look good next week, we need to kick his ass to the fucking curb, because I am not. Besides the one decent drive he had, I am not a fan of Nathaniel Hackett, and I just did not like his play calling yesterday at all.
It's just weird that like he had that one drive and then he just completely went away from everything that was working. You know, like I texted you this last night during the game. You can't call it would be HB dive. That's what it would say on the screen on Madden. You can't call that 4 times in a row and expect to be successful.
Look at the first couple of possessions that we had. They had Conklin motion to the left side, and then they ran a run play, obviously weak side with Brees. They did the same exact look on the next play, but they just ran it to the right. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, it didn't get us. I think it got us like 2nd and 7. Okay, whatever. But it just was not when he was trying so hard to just try to get Brees involved on the ground game. Like, it wasn't working. You got to pivot, man. Again, I was saying this, like, pass him the ball instead of run the ball. Like, get him out in space and let him cook, bro. So listen, we put that behind us. Again, NFC champs. What are you going to do? Real quick, this whole Sauce Gardner on not on the field shit thing.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Why?
He hurt.
Well, why?
So
why? He had something with his shoulder.
He hurt his shoulder.
Yes.
But then the medical staff said there's nothing
was
wrong
already
with
cleared.
him?
Yeah. There was nothing wrong with him. And then they just had him sitting.
And that was the drive where they just steamrolled you down the field.
Dude, all right, look at that. 21 minutes and 20 seconds time of possession. Fewest by oh my God, I can't even read.
Aaron Rodgers led
Jesus, that was a tongue twister.
That you were like me.
That
there.
was a massive
Turned
tongue twister. Me. So essentially, I believe that the Niners had like 30.
It was like 35 or something.
35,
33.
It's tough. It is so tough to watch when the defense just can't get off the field, bro.
But that's what happens when you have a run game.
Second quarter and fucking third quarter. There was no offense. I'm like, what? I even said that. I'm like, dude, if we go 3 and out here, if we don't get points, the defense is going to get off the field. Yeah. We're screwed. So I know this team forever. It's just how it is, unfortunately. So we'll get them next week. I'm taking the Jets against the Titans.
Absolutely.
I have to. There's no shot. I don't even care. I might take them as my mortal at this point. I have to. I might.
All right.
Because my other mortals are bad.
Yeah, horrible.
No,
I won't say it.
Upcoming.
All right, so Sunday Night Football. Detroit wins 26-20 against the Rams. I think the biggest story coming out of it for me is that how is it 2024 and both teams still are not allowed to touch the football in overtime? This doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Also, who was calling the game? Was that Collinsworth? He just didn't know the rules of overtime.
No, I don't think it was Collinsworth. Who the fuck was it?
I think it was, dude.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I forget. But yeah, I'm right there with you, 100%.
But like, you gotta let both teams touch the ball. That game was too good, and the offenses were playing. Like Matt Stafford had a game for losing Puka. I have it written here. He lost Puka, Noteboom, and Avila on his offense.
Cooper Kupp, still him.
Like
still him. What do you have? 20 targets.
He had up there with 20 targets. He had 14. I got it right here. Where is he? All right, 21 targets, 14 receptions, 110 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, that's ridiculous. But that's what I want to get into here. So I want to do a little buying or selling with you. All right, so number 1, Detroit secondary, because they worked on this thing in the offseason. Are you buying or selling this thing?
I'm definitely buying it, bro. I mean, they held them to what? 13 points? What was the score? 2017, 2013? I'm way off, bro.
26-20.
26-20.
You went to overtime.
Yes. I'm still... I didn't watch.
How could it be 27-13?
I'm sorry. I didn't watch it. Well, I watched part of it. I don't know. I thought they did. I thought they did well. I mean, besides Cooper Kupp going off, I mean, they did improve. Did it show? No. I mean, it's hard when you're fucking trying to contain Matt Stafford, and he's deadly accurate. So I'm high on it. I'm high on the defense in general. I mean, from what they were about 2 or 3 years ago before they had Aiden Hutchinson, I think they've made significant progress and improvement all over the defense. Mm-hmm. Secondary, linebacking core, the D-line. I mean, Aiden he's a disruptor. Jack Campbell, I think, is a field general. I'm bullish on the secondary and the defense, absolutely. So I'm buying.
Jamison Williams' big performance. He had 5 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown, coming off an ACL and gambling suspension. This was all on 9 targets.
He had 9 targets.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's a really good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I mean, if we're talking about just we're not talking about fantasy. We're talking about just the player that he is and what he can bring to the team. If I'm buying or selling, I mean, that's tough because I don't want to sell because he's a good player. I know he's a good player. We just haven't.
To put it into perspective, Amon-Ra had 6 targets, 3 receptions, 13 yards.
Yeah, I mean, again, like he's the clear number one. It's not even a debate. As a wide receiver too, he's a deep threat, bro. I mean, like we've only really seen Jamison be a deep threat. He doesn't run really, like his route tree is limited.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. So is that sustainable as a wide receiver too? I don't really think so. So I'm going to sell that. How's that? I don't think it's sustainable. I think they're going to run through Gibbs and Montgomery a lot. They still have one of the greatest O-lines in the league. Mm-hmm. Sam Laporta is going to get his action. Amon-Ra is going to get his action. And listen, Jamison will come in clutch here and there. But am I expecting a game like this? This is like, I'm not going to compare him to Lazard, but no one thought that was going to happen besides Jordan Spidel. Like, I didn't think, did anyone think this? Who started Jamison Williams? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true. I mean, J-Mo did come out and say that this year he wants to be MVP level.
I mean, hey, listen, he might, but it's been what? This is going on 4 years now? This is going on 3-4 years, and we haven't seen a fucking thing.
He did tear his ACL.
And then he
did throw money on a little parlay.
Mm-hmm. And then last year he had it, like he had that one game where he had a touchdown, and then after that it was just mediocrity.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, last one. Are you buying or selling that Tyler Johnson can fill the role of Puka? He had 5 receptions, 79 yards on 7 targets, along with 63.
I don't think he's going to fill the role. I think Demarcus Robinson's going to fill the role.
Okay.
100%. I think Demarcus Robinson has a really good connection with Stafford. He's got great hands. He rarely drops the ball. Tyler Johnson, shout out to him. I had him on my dynasty league for a long time. Finally dropped him. He had a unbelievable yards or run after catch little play there, where he was just cooking, juked up the cornerback. That was really nice to see. No, he's not going to fill his role. Demarcus Robinson will, but they'll be fine. I mean, dude, Kyron Williams is that. He's a bad man, bro. He's a bad man, Kyron Williams. So they'll be all right. I like them. They play the Cardinals next week. That's going to be a really close game. Even without Puka. Puka's on the IR he's probably going to be 4 games. Really odd because with Puka, I think they knew he was injured. They knew there was a lingering injury, and then they still played him. Mm. And he re-injured his knee again, the one that was hurt. So like, I don't know I don't know if I'm pointing fingers or something, but I think we need to be a little bit more cautious with Puka there because
especially early on in the season because you're looking at this. That's what I'm saying.
Like I get it, you want to make a statement win against the Lions off the bat, but again, it's go the fucking Niners route. Sit McCaffrey. Like you got it. You want these guys for the long term. Like. It's just very odd because I feel like everyone knew that there was an injury. There was a bunch of stuff out that, like he still has an injury. It might be lingering, but he's going to play in the game. And here he is, and he injures it again. So,
and that's one thing I want to look at this schedule here. I mean, there's no reason for him to play in that game, especially with the guys that ended up playing well in the game on offense. They go to the Cardinals, home against the Niners, at the Bears. Versus the Packers without Love, he'll still be out that game, and then versus the Raiders. Like that's kind of, it's not a cupcake schedule there, but it's a cupcake schedule for what that Rams offense can do. And you don't really need him to play. Like, you need him to play starting in that Dolphins game. When you start playing against the Birds, the Bills, the Niners, the Jets, the Cardinals, like that's when you need him.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, we're looking at it. He might not even be back for those games.
He might be out for a while, and that might be a sell high target. in fantasy.
Absolutely.
Just for redraft this year, not dynasty.
Thank God I got rid of him.
Good call.
It was a great call.
I wouldn't say he wasn't on my do not draft, but I was in no position to take him. There was just other people.
I was still high on Cup, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that too.
How did you do in fantasy this week?
I lost in our league. I lost in my startup dynasty league, and I won in the Jaeger Bomber league.
There you go, Jaeger Bombers.
Jaeger Bombers.
Champion right here.
Defending champ.
I defeated Nietzsche, and then I lost. Worked him. I worked him, dude. I worked him. Won in one league, lost in two others. Dude, Brandon Ayuk screwed me. I knew going into this weekend, I knew he was going to be limited. Did not think he was going to be that limited.
Yeah.
This man couldn't get a throw for his life. Brock Purdy,
he looked good.
Brock Purdy looked very good.
He looked
good.
But
my guy, could you at least throw him the ball more than 2 times?
I mean, he did drop a touchdown.
That was a tough catch, though. He should have made the catch.
He should have made it.
I was pissed that he didn't make the catch.
It wasn't like he
made
was
the
like
catch.
full out, like on the fingertips.
Yes.
Like it was like right here.
It was in there. It was in there.
That was a beautiful throw by Brock, man.
I don't know. Ayuk screwed me. But I'm taking him to have a bounce back week coming up.
There you go.
All right, let's get into week 2. Let's preview week 2 a little bit here. All right, so starting off with Thursday Night Football, we got the Bills and Dolphins. I mean, you look at this Bills team, you got a quarterback that can run, you have a good run game. The Dolphins do not have a good run game. Are we concerned with that?
It's their O-line, dude. I again, like I hate sounding just like a I don't know, O-line homer, but dude, it makes a difference. That's where everything starts. Everything starts out with your fucking O-line. Look, why do you think Saquon had almost 4 touchdowns? It's because his O-line blocked for him.
Yep.
That's what was concerning for me. But listen, they'll come around. I think that they have too much speed to not just blow by people. But yeah, I'm concerned on the run game. I'm concerned. I mean, I don't know. Like I just think it's tough to pin down right now because last year they actually blocked really well and Achane and Mostert were going crazy. But I think Jacksonville knew that they wanted to get those guys going, and they just were not letting it happen. They let Tua throw a lot, and that's why it worked. I think Buffalo is gonna win the shit out of that game.
I do too. It's in Miami.
I think they're gonna explode on Miami.
That's what she said.
Jesus Christ!
They gotta take that one right on the chest.
Dude.
No, the Bills looked really good in Arizona. The defense giving up a lot of points. Oh, it was at home? Mm-hmm. My bad. I thought it was in Arizona.
They're good.
Still, gave up a lot of points to a young Arizona team, which doesn't look good going into a Dolphins game when you're on the road. But I agree with you. I think this Bills team, we said that they were dead in the water. We said the rain was over, but honestly, Mike,
still are.
They are still here. Josh Allen, as much as he turns the ball over and is a crazy person, is a lunatic with the ball in his hands, like this kid can play ball, dude.
Okay, we were talking about this, how there was like votes of him being overrated. He puts the team on his fucking back. I don't think he's overrated whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Again, he might miss a throw. Okay, shit. Dak missed a couple throws. He's the highest paid person ever.
Throws.
Like everyone misses throws, but like I've never seen someone, not even Mahomes, bro, but Josh Allen put the team on his back and just go out and ball, bro.
And like put his body on the line. He's hurdling guys into big hits.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible watching him just play football because he does what he has to do. Mm-hmm. He's that team.
Yep.
Which is still why I don't think they're going to make it all the way, but he's a stud. He's an absolute stud. But yeah, I love the Bills that game. I don't know. What I saw from Miami against Jacksonville was just not. I was not pleased. I was not sold on it. They have Reek, they have Waddle. Great receivers. Yeah. Probably the best duo in the league. But I didn't see Tua didn't look too good. I mean, he looked good, but he didn't. I don't know. We talked about this.
It's so weird with Tua because it's like
I know. It is really weird with Tua,
He
bro.
sneakily puts up stats.
Yes,
he's
yes.
He's Angel Reese in a football uniform.
That's good.
And like,
That's really good.
He puts up stats, but he looks horrible doing it.
I know that you put it perfectly, because like I'm watching him just miss throws. I'm watching him just get tortured in the pocket. I'm like, man, he is getting just worked. And then he was 300 yards plus.
Yeah, he hit 300 some yards, 320 some yards, I think. I want to get into the Bills real quick though. So pivoting from the Dolphins, I don't really care much for the Dolphins this year. I don't think they're gonna win the division. I think it's the Jets or the Bills after watching the last couple of weeks here and all the drama in Miami. The Bills are starting Cardinals, Dolphins, Jags, Ravens, Texans, Jets. That's a fucking gauntlet of games. If they could come out of that thing 3-3, 4-2, or just sign at the end of the season, they're going to be in the race for not only a 1 seed in the division, but dude, they might be Super Bowl contenders. Right now, I don't think they are. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. I don't think they are. But if they can get out of that gauntlet, I mean, they got a tough schedule, but they're going to be there at the end. If they can get out of that, they can win all the rest of these games.
Yeah,
it's. I want them to be dead as much as you.
I don't even want them to, but like I
don't lie. There's a part of you that wants them to be dead.
I mean, yeah, I want to win the division, but I just don't. I can't even think right now, bro. It's too much to comprehend. But I don't know. I just don't see them as dominant as everyone thinks. Like, that's just me. Like, I love Josh Allen, but like they lost a lot of pieces. They got younger. Like, he's gonna obviously change the game, but I just don't see them. They're once you're in the playoffs, bro, you're playing the best of the best. Yes. Like, I just don't see them overcoming either the Bengals. Well, the Bengals now maybe, like the Ravens, like the Ravens, Chiefs. Listen, they're up there for top teams in the AFC, but I'll take Houston over them. I will gladly take Houston over them in a heartbeat. And that sounds crazy, but in a heartbeat.
Yep. All right, let's move on here. We got the Colts and the Packers 1:00 game on Sunday. This one's an interesting one because the Colts run defense gave up the most rushing yards since I think it was week 7 of 2022, something like that. And Green Bay is coming into this game without Love. They're going with Malik Willis, and it's basically a guarantee that they're going to run the ball. This ball is not going to be thrown very much. We talked about their wide receiver core last week. It's not good. So I'm concerned.
Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. I think you're underestimating this receiver core, bro.
I'm not saying it's not. All right, let me rephrase it. It's not good. It's just, it's definitely
you
not.
You literally said not good.
Yeah, no, I have to let me back that up. It's not good. It's just, it's not great. Top 10. How's that? It's not top 10.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
So, and
I think it's close.
Yeah, but it's not something that you want Malik Willis throwing to.
Oh, no. I mean, listen, he sucks.
That's what I mean.
He's garbage.
If it's Jordan Love, this wide receiver core gets raised up. Malik Willis is bringing that thing way down, and it's already not at the top.
Yeah, no, fair.
Now, you're looking at this game. They're going to run the ball. Josh Jacobs is getting that ball in his hands consistently. If they throw the ball, that just chalk it up as an L. Run the ball, run the football. The Colts' run defense sucks. It was terrible last week. They have mountains to climb to bring this thing back.
They might be locked. I think they're a fucking human lock, bro.
The Colts?
Yeah. Especially after the L last week. They were locked last week, too. They covered by, I believe, a point. That should have been the mortal. But
AR is ridiculous.
AR is ridiculous. I'm a big fan of Shane Steichen. If Josh Downs is back, that would be huge for them. I don't know. It's on them. Like, that is a winnable game. They just need to do what they have to do.
This is a game with everything that's going on with the Packers that the Colts have to come out and win.
Yeah, it's a big game, and you have to get a win right there because the Texans are already 1-0. They're going to keep getting wins. They're going to stack up the wins. You got to keep pace, and this is a game that you have to win now with Malik Willis at quarterback. I don't see why you can't.
Yeah, there's very few opportunities in this league where you get a chance to beat a very good football team.
Yes.
And this is one of those opportunities where you have a chance to legitimately dominate a football game.
Damn right.
So they got to take care of business there. Shout out to Luke Daub and Adam Peters.
Yep.
All right, third game here, Giants and Commies. I think this is a massive game for Daniel Jones. It's a massive game for Jaden Daniels. because this is basically who's going to come in last place.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're highlighting this game to begin with is.
I've said on this show before that it was a while ago, but there has to be a broadcast for golf that's just the guys right on the cut line. Like, I want to see, like, just people crumble at the cut line and get cut. I want to see people make it. This is a cut line game. Like, whoever loses, you're out, basically.
Yeah. This game is more so big on the Giants rather than the Commanders. Again, the Commanders have no expectation. Jaden Daniels looked good. He's great with his legs against the Bucks. But I think the Giants should win this game, and I think they need to win this game. It's gonna be a toss up. Like, it's pretty much a coin flip. But I would take the Giants. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There you go. But it's a must win for them. If not, Danny Dimes might get benched. I would not be surprised if he gets benched.
I wouldn't either. I mean, they got Drew Lock sitting behind him. Drew Lock can play in the league.
Drew Lock can play, man. He beat the Birds with Seattle that 1 year. So
that 1 year.
That 1 year, which I think it was last year.
I think it was last year. Yeah, big thing for the Commies. If they want to win this game, they got to get Scary Terry involved a lot more. He wasn't involved at all. Next game, Browns at the Jags. Listen.
Jesus.
Listen. No. I don't even want to talk.
If you bet that game, you're fucked.
Listen. The Jags should win this game because Deshaun Watson might have thrown his last NFL pass.
Again.
It is time for Jameis in Cleveland. Not only because Deshaun Watson sucks, but also because that man is screwed.
Yeah.
He is screwed.
You just got to cut the fucking ties, man.
Yeah.
Eat the loss. He's not him anymore. He's certified booty cheeks. You gave him a contract, rip that shit up. You say, get the hell off this team, bro. It's time for Jameis.
You don't want a guy that has lawsuits coming at him. You've seen the lawsuit.
It's nonstop. Yes, it's wild. It's nonstop now. And it's not a good look for the Browns. It's not a good look for the Browns.
The Browns
the
are
front
browning.
office. It's not a good look. Mm-hmm. They are browning indeed. I don't know. That's just me. I feel like with all this shit that's been going on, you got to just fucking cut ties.
Yeah.
Cut ties with the man. He's ass. He's done. He's not the same player he was.
Mm-mm.
And it sucks because he was a stud back in the day,
so
but
good.
then a couple massages later and he can't fucking get it together. So he cut the ties, man. Go pick up Danny Dimes or something.
All right, last game here. Bengals at the Chiefs. Usually this would be a massive game.
This is a tough week too. All these games are tough.
I honestly don't see a way that the Chiefs don't dominate this game.
I'm in the same boat as you, bro.
We have to start asking questions of this Bengals offense because right now it's two guys against an NFL defense.
It is.
It's two guys.
I don't know how I can go against the Chiefs right now. I just they're too dominant, and especially what we saw. Listen, it's like a PBFU post Birdie fuck up.
Good use of that.
Yeah, right. You're expecting a bounce back, but are they going to bounce back? They just lost to the Patriots, who are supposedly one of the worst teams in the league. Can they bounce back from that game against the best team in the league? You just went from playing supposedly the worst team in the league to now probably the next dynasty for the next 20 years. What are we going to see from them? I feel like this. It's going to be hard to grasp what this team really is. Even if they play close with the Chiefs. I don't know. Because, again, they could play a shitty team and they can lose. Bro, there's no way that Bengals team should have lost to the Patriots. But, hey, they did. Give them credit. But I don't know. I don't think it's on Joe Burrow. I think it's on everyone and everything around him.
Yes.
Besides Jamar, I mean, I don't see any other talent anywhere.
It's
anywhere at all.
It's like if Joe Burrow doesn't have someone wide open and he's not handing the ball off, it's Jamar Chase. And T. Higgins, he's not playing.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest, he's not playing. The man doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't.
They should
just let him go.
They should be trying to let him go and bring in someone else because at this point it's useless. And now key players like Kadarius Toney are off the market because he's playing for the Browns now.
Key player.
What are you going to do?
It's just a key player, man. I mean, the fact that he was sitting on the wire, I mean, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. Every team in the league, besides the Browns. Shout out to y'all.
Week 2 is going to be interesting. There's a lot of games following week 1 that you look at them and you really it's interesting. Like the Cowboys Saints is another one. The Saints looked really good week 1, but the Cowboys are probably going to win that game.
As a gambling man, I'm looking at all of these games and all of these spreads, and this is the toughest. This is the toughest of them all. Mm-hmm. Like Niners Vikings -6. Like Vikings look pretty fucking good. Chargers Panthers -6.5.
Got Rams Cardinals minus.
Arizona's
Rams
Cardinals,
favored.
Seahawks Patriots -3.5. This is another week where you're going to see the 3. The
Steelers,
3
Broncos,
numbers.
Pittsburgh 3.
Really, those are the toughest. Saints Cowboys Dallas is -6.5 favorite.
Yeah. Philly -6.5
against
Falcons Monday Night Football.
Is it time we pivot?
It's going to be an interesting week. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully the Jets are 1-1. Hopefully the Cowboys are 2-0. I can't wait. Football's back, dude.
We are back. We are officially done with week 1. Mm-hmm. We're fucking back, and I'm so happy. I love it. This is our time, bro. This is our niche. This is our time of the year where we bring shit in like this.
Yep.
And hopefully people listen and will hear our thoughts, because we are legit. We are real. We don't bullshit anyone. We will come at you straight about every fucking team.
All right. Like, comment,
subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe, comment. Do all that shit. Tag your friends. Everything.
Subscribe. All right. See ya.